Welcome back to the Ultimate Amiibo League. I'm Like a Boss.
And I'm Muzdu.
And let's get into the stinking second tournament as Bowstoise surprised us all, took first place, Big Boss with a strong showing in second, and Kraken coming all the way back from that early loss to Bowstoise to get third. He lost to the champion.
It's quite impressive to see what happened. But before we get into this, we're going to point out how this bracket has been set up in relation to the last tournament. If you look now, you can see we have Bowstoise versus Jin Kazama, as Bowstoise came in first and Jin Kazama came in 8th. Similar, we have 2v7, 3v6, and 4v5. Now, as we go forward with each separate tournament, we're going to have the previous tournament's ranking determine the brackets for the next one. So, with that said, let's get started.
Each round is basically your qualifier for both you in this tournament and to get the best tournament next round. So let's get started. Angry Mario, let's go.
Impressive.
Thank you. I know how to backwards long jump. Oh, do not end the tourney. And just like that, it's over. No, I'm kidding. We get started here. Don't worry, we just had a heart attack. We have the defibrillator on Muzdu. He's back.
Ripped some chest hair off getting that off, but we're here.
Bowstoise, last week's champion, or whenever this is being posted, because God knows when I will be able to do that. At Woohoo Island, Bowstoise looking to prove that he is still the champ, and Jin Kazama saying, look, I know I'm 0-2, and you are at the funny number,
but I have nothing to lose, whereas you have everything.
Yeah, you got someone who's 3-0 versus an 0-2 guy. Even if Jin Kazama does not win this, if he makes it close... Oh! I don't care that we just spiked. He spiked! Our audio spiked, and so did Jin Kazama, coming out strong. Oh my goodness.
That was... I never would have expected that. And while he did just take some damage, Bowstoise just saved him.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. I don't care. If Jin Kazama loses, he won the heart of the fans with that stinking spike. Let us know down below who's your fighter. Who are you choosing? What team do you represent? Like, there are eight wonderful fighters, and clearly they each have very strong suits to them, as Jin Kazama proved. I know I don't have a win to my name in this league yet. I do know how to spike the champion at Woohoo Island while Matt the Me is watching. He about's doing it again.
That would have been phenomenal.
Bowstoise getting right back into it, saying a forward air, trying to get himself a little bit more situated. He's not had to really play from the back ropes that often, I'd say, but looks like now he's going to have to. And Muzdu, as you mentioned last time, it doesn't take much for Bowstoise to get back up into a game.
Absolutely. Just a quick 4 or 5 hits, and Jin Kazama's already at almost 100 damage. So, Bowstoise is kind of like, Ganon, and wow, what a kick. Or was that a knee?
It was a little bit of both.
Something.
It was a Street Fighter combo from Jin Kazama, even though he's technically from Tekken. As he gets footstooled. Count your numbers. That's the second footstool we've had in tournaments. First one was by Blue. Second one, Bowstoise. That was a second spike, and it was not strong enough. But Jin Kazama has received no training since the last battle. None of these amiibos will receive any training in between any of the tournaments. They will only receive training at the end of the year if they're really done poorly. But this just shows you it's anybody's game at any given day. Bowstoise looked like he was having a cakewalk, and did he get that to his head? Champion, I don't have to do anything? I'm playing against Jin Kazama?
That's a really good question, and it's like I've been saying this entire time, like, numbers don't matter. It doesn't matter that Bowser's 3-0! And
3-1. Jin Kazama, congratulations, you have gotten your first victory
and not
in
only
the Ultimate Amiibo League.
Was it his first victory, but is an 8 seed upsetting a 1 seed. That is insane. I don't think anyone could have predicted that. I surely didn't.
My money was on Bowser.
Oh my god.
And only me and you know about this so far.
That was insane.
Now, that was crazy, but can Sir Bubble and Blue prove that they deserve to be in this rank? I mean, earlier, in the preliminaries, they were ranked as 1 and 2, and now here they're fighting in table scraps at 4th and 5th. At Battlefield, which Sir Bubble is finally starting to look better at somehow. Blue just looks a little bit sad. He knows that he should have been in that 3rd place fight, but Kraken just put up an excellent fight last rounds. And now, I mean, these two, not to say that they're not good fighters, but that last matchup was so hype with Jin Kazama versus Bowstoise.
Oh! And Flare Blitz got Sir Bubble that first KO, and Blue comes right back at him.
Blue does it. Wow.
But again, worth pointing out, still have not had our first 3-stock.
No 3-stocks yet.
Frankly, with the way they've been trained, I'm not certain we'll see one. I mean, of course, I'm ready for commentator's curse, and I'm more than happy to be proven wrong.
Who would be the one to get 3-stock, though? I feel like out of all these fighters, the person who would be most likely to get a 3-stock is actually Blue. Not right now, but yeah.
I think, even considering they just lost, Bowser has the best potential purely because of his weight and knock and damage.
Yeah, Bowstoise does look good, and I actually thought, I mean, a lot of officials, in Las Vegas, the gambling type, really started putting Bowstoise to get a 3-stock against that matchup, but that's why you can't trust Vegas.
If you bet on Jin Kazama, you made some money, let me tell you. Unfortunately, I sold all my Bitcoin last week.
Yeah, and they don't even accept Bitcoin. They accept My Nintendo points, which can't get you much but a screenshot. Blue's looking a little bit rough, or Sir Bubble's just looking strong here. I think that they're both just aggressive fighters that are not willing to lose this early, but I think Blue might get it with a tail whip and a taunt afterwards. At 100 damage now, he cannot take another hit. He has to start getting in there and comboing it. And it's not looking good.
That's going to be difficult to come back from.
2 nairs in a row. Let's see what he'll do. A 3rd nair. Starting to shield a little bit, but I mean, honestly, you got to go for something crazy.
I thought we were about to see a stage spike.
He's spiking. He's spiking. He's doing his best. He's really... That's a stage spike. Congratulations to Sir Bubble. Blue did not make it this round. That's going to be Blue and Bowstoise in that loser bracket, though.
That's going to be interesting to see. Now, is that a rematch from earlier?
I believe that's a rematch from one of the first tournaments. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now we have number 2 seed going against number 7, and I don't know if I'm Big Boss. I was definitely watching that, and I'm going to say, Colonel, I think I need more C4. As they choose Battlefield here, Bork and Big Boss. And we thought the projectiles were bad when it was Eclipse versus Bork. Get ready for it now.
And similar to the way the first match started, the higher ranking seed is starting out taking more damage. Of course, as soon as I say that.
I mean, we have to remember that Big Boss plays as a cautious play style, so he takes as limited risk as possible. He's cool, calculated, and we're going to forget that C4 is there on top of Princess Peach's castle. I think that Bork's cool personality will also play a pretty strong thing. When he gets blown up with C4, he's not going to freak out and say, oh no, it's the end of the world. He's going to fight as he does an interesting up B there. They're even here. It's
quite an impressive showing. Oh, was that
great
a spot
dodge? Really solid spot dodge as he gets the can up there. Covering all the options. If you notice, he did the can, the down B, and the discus throw with the side B. Big Boss had nowhere to go. He had to pick one to get hit by, and he ended up getting hit by 2.
Now, a question that some of the viewers may have, and I certainly do.
That's a stock taken, first off.
Is that discus a frisbee or skeet, a clay pigeon?
I believe it's a clay pigeon, but it's a gray clay pigeon to better represent when Duck Hunt was on the NES.
Look at you.
Yeah,
I'm glad
I know.
At least one of us knows our history.
I'm a Nintendo nerd. Another sneaky spot dodge and a roll.
Wow.
And Snake did that, and he said, I know that you can avoid an RPG right next to your face, but you can't avoid my foot to your face. And I don't think that's a crime because it's Nintendo characters fighting each other and other third-party reps, but it's entertaining as heck.
Absolutely.
You know, if any matchup were going to go to time, the 6-minute time limit, which we haven't really had to worry about, it's going to be 2 zoners like these 2 fighters here, but...
Absolutely, because we're coming up on halfway.
Halfway, and they still have 2 stocks each.
Yeah, you could argue both of them are about half-life.
As he gets into his cardboard box, anything going to happen with it?
Well,
no.
We have Big Boss... Oh?
Oh!
Is that considered a SD? I think Weak would call it that, but...
I wouldn't consider it an SD because he was using the C4 to get back to stage as part of Snake's infinite recovery in his tool set. There was just... He forgot to tech the bottom of the stage. It's called an embarrassment, but a second place fighter can always come back from that. At least we assume.
Potentially.
I mean, Bork and Jin Kazama got together after this and must have talked and said, look, I don't want to be the losers each week. And they're coming out here and saying, we are not the Williams team from F1. And if y'all don't know who Williams is from F1, they used to be champions long, long ago. And nowadays they run 18th and 19th and 20th out of 20 cars and haven't scored a single point since like 2017. As Big Boss's C4 kills. Oh.
They are saying we are not the Coach Steve of this universe.
Yeah! This is just great gameplay so far. I mean, Big Boss really has to continue his cautious personality here. As Bork does another interesting upbeat... Ooh. It's at 2 minutes, and I don't think Big Boss can wait that long. As he gets another sneaky C4.
I believe we do not have to worry about the time limit in this fight.
Time limit will not be a factor in this fight as he kills him. You know what? Big Boss had 2, as we can say, SDs in a sense. One of them was for recovery. One of them was a last-ditch effort to try to kill Bork, and is that just me or is that number 7 seed laughing at him?
What's more impressive is out of 3 matches, we've had 2 upsets. The 8 beat the 1, and the 7 beat the 2. That is almost unheard of.
You know, this is going to be a pain in the butt when we tally up all the points at the end.
It just shows that the points aren't going to have as large a spread as some may have predicted.
No, I mean, especially with a 4 tournament layout, you have to perform for at least 3 of these tournaments really well to be guaranteed to win anything.
But what else is super interesting is with the way the points increase, there's no significant bonus for winning first. You don't have to win a single tournament.
Yeah, you can,
and you can win the league.
Like, speaking of that, I think that Kraken has a really good shot of doing that, because even if Kraken gets eliminated every single round, I feel like he's always going to be in that 3rd place fight. And Kraken and Eclipse here are going at it.
I see Kraken in a top 4 position in this tournament as well as last.
I just see him weekly doing that. I mean, Eclipse is not looking bad here as she's a light amiibo, focusing on those combos, as Kraken is actually a thrill seeker amiibo who does not care if he loses a life to kill you. And I think that was evident last tournament with Bowstoise. And this is just high pace. I don't think Eclipse has had to play this quickly before.
I think you're right with that analysis right there. And now you said Kraken is a thrill seeker?
Yes.
So can you explain the difference between aggressive and thrill seeker?
Aggressive means that they will constantly pressurize the opponent, but they will go off stage, but not to a point where they could possibly die. It's more like how to think that a actual human player would go off stage and not kill themselves, but try to make the other opponent move. Thrill seekers, on the other hand, they are similar to aggressive on stage, but as soon as they go off the stage, they say, if you're going off, I'm going off too, and I don't care if I lose my life. I don't care if I have a stock advantage, and I don't care if I'm below a stock. I'm going to kill you in fashion off stage.
Okay.
It's dangerous, it's crazy.
And it's exciting.
It's exciting. It's fun to watch, and I think that we have a good variety, as that was a beautiful tech by Kraken.
What's impressive is what we were just saying. We now have Kraken at a 1-stock disadvantage.
Yeah, that was nothing bad because it was 123 to 100, but Eclipse is definitely holding her own, keeping cool, focusing on her combos, and letting Kraken just kind of be wild, if that makes any sense. As they now hit the 4-minute mark. Ooh! Sneaky recovery back on stage using the down B. I wonder who picked Battlefield for this. I'm almost thinking Eclipse, because she's loving it here. Nice stage spike there.
Absolutely.
And takes the life. Kraken with a taunt.
I was just about to say something about her playstyle, but...
No, you can say it now. She's dead.
Commentator's curse, happens even before they say it.
You can't even think about it here, Muzdu. You can't even think about it.
Well, good thing I don't think about much.
I don't know.
Why did she hold that so long?
Okay, sorry about that. That was so cool if she had pulled off that spike, but I don't know what she was doing holding that. I was going to actually mention that, but then she tried to do something crazy with the stage spike, but Kraken's recovery just takes him right back to stage. Yeah, I don't know what she was doing there.
An important thing to note right now is Kraken is running dangerously low on ink.
Yeah, he hasn't done his ink management very well, but then again, he's only really been in air, and he gets a full tank now, I guess.
Maybe that's the playstyle.
Yeah, the playstyle is I only have one, no refill.
Short lives and...
high octane energy.
Absolutely. And you know how we were talking about time limit? If Kraken dominates this round, we could run into a time limit issue.
I don't think so.
Now, granted, it's not looking at it right now.
Eclipse is just starting to turn on. She's in tune with how he's playing. She's downloaded him. She understands what he's doing now. It's over, I say. Kraken might be able to get a nice... The only way Kraken can get back from this is a nice combo off stage, maybe a Gimp, spike him off stage, but...
It will be extremely difficult.
Eclipse is now playing very defensive, using her shield a lot more, keeping him at bay. Starting to wave dash there.
Oh, was that a counter?
It was not a counter, but it looked like one. It was his up B, or his side smash move. Yeah. She's coming back onto stage now.
I was thinking Inkling or Kraken didn't have a counter, but it looked so much like it.
It was the smash attack down with the bucket, and it does that.
Kraken is right now out of ink, but they are both at very high damage.
And he gets it back. He's getting just enough, maybe a quarter of a tank.
And
that's
it.
The
game.
Eclipse with a solid
two-stock victory.
Now,
is that another upset? 3 of the first 4 fights were upsets.
We didn't plan this. It just happened. That's amazing. Kraken will go back to the losers bracket, and that's...
Now, I want to say something interesting and see if we draw any similarities. But my college's basketball team 2 years ago was in the conference playoffs. They were the 8 seed. They beat the 1 seed. In the next tournament, they beat the 7 seed because the 7 seed was an upset. And the 8 seed, my college, won the conference championship. And by completely and only having upsets. If we see something like here, it would be truly insane.
I mean, we're just to wait till next round to see that, isn't that right?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm Like a Boss.
And I'm Muzdu.
And this has been the Ultimate Amiibo League.